Hello and welcome back. Welcome back. I'm John, an old YouTuber and PC gamer. My computer have crashed 2 times today. I just spent half an hour to find. I had a lot of new 2X large t-shirts because I lost 23 kilos last summer. I was 133 kilos, and 3 weeks ago, the 22 April, I was 110, so I lost like 23 kilos, and in about 10 days I have to weigh me again. But I have eaten a little bit too much food the last 2 weeks, so the next 10 days I'm not going to eat so much food. But I put all my 3X large t-shirt down there, and I did find my 2X large was down there, so I put it. That's only 2X large t-shirt there. Then I clean up a little bit on my bed, so now I can sit. I can sit again on my bed, but this bed is broken. It's just for garbage. This bed is totally broken. There, totally broken below here. This is my... Okay, that's maybe broken too. So I cannot wait me Friday. I have to get a new weight. Oh, look at that. But I think I should not wait me now. Okay, now it's off. It had been on like... but I will not do it because I have to learn. I have not wait me 3 weeks, and I have eaten too much food the last 2-3 weeks. So I'm not going to wait me now because I have to learn a new way. I have to learn a new way of living and eating food. And this apartment is always so hot the whole summer. So I have a problem with the heating because I have this big weight, but it close because this is super loud. Need to close this doors and windows. Need to close because my voice is loud and this computer voice is very loud. Let's try to log in again and just continue. But we still have a lot of 12 hours left for today. I like to continue national semiconductors, but I'm not uploading this GTA video. Give up. Don't do that, just crash again. I will just open the Adobe Acrobat Reader. I'm not going to try. I have a GTA 5 game video from last night, but it had to wait. And I'm uploading these 2 Dennis videos. Yes, let's try again. Open the Adobe Acrobat. Let's take, but I need to wait like 1 or 2 minutes, but we can put the camcorder there. Because this is the old computer, I cannot just 10 seconds after. No, you cannot just open and start to work 10 seconds. You can maybe do that if you have a new computer to like $2,000. Yes, I have an old SSD drive, but it still need like 2 minutes. All these programs like antivirus, Steam, and all kinds of small programs. It need like 2 minutes to start. Let's open Adobe Acrobat. computer was crashing again. So I think it will, yes it do. It asked, do you like to open my last documents? I like that, yes. So I just press yes. I like to open my last documents. That's the National Semiconductor. Let's check my sound level is 58. So let's just continue. And I need a minute to do myself ready. I have to go to my bed. No, I have to lay down in my bed and do this because I have damaged my back because I have been sitting on my bed. I have been sitting on my bed too many hours and that's damaged my back. So I have to lay down in my bed, and this is why sometimes I'm close to fall asleep. Then I'm clicking when I'm close to fall asleep, I'm clicking by mistake on the mouse button. Then the reading stops. Yes, show, read loud, activate voice. Read end of documents.
National Semiconductor. National Semiconductor. National Semiconductor Corporation logo. Type subsidiary industry semiconductors founded May 27, 1959 in Danbury, Connecticut, United States. Defunct September 23, 2011. Fate acquired by Texas Instruments. 1. Headquarters Santa Clara, California, United States. Key people: Donald McLeod, Chairman and CEO. Product: semiconductors. Revenue increase $1.42 billion US dollars, 2010. Operating income increase $325.8 million USD, 2010. Net income increase $209.2 million USD, 2010. Number of employees 5,800, 2010. Parent: Texas Instruments, 2011. Website: //nationalsemiconductor.com/ no longer exists. National Semiconductor was an American semiconductor manufacturer which specialized in analog devices and subsystems, formerly with headquarters in Santa Clara, California. The company produced power management integrated circuits, display drivers, audio and operational amplifiers, communication interface products and data conversion solutions. National's key markets included wireless handsets, displays and a variety of broad electronics markets, including medical, automotive, industrial and test and measurement applications. On the 23rd of September, 2011, the company formally became part of Texas Instruments as the Silicon Valley Division. Contents: History. Founding. The transformation of National Semiconductor. Weaknesses of Spork's leadership. Leadership under Gilbert F. Amelio. Leadership under Brian L. Haller. Leadership under Donald McLeod. Acquisition by Texas Instruments. Manufacturing locations. Products. History of National Semiconductor logo and product identification. See also. References. External links. History. Founding. National Semiconductor, 2, was founded in Danbury, Connecticut, by Dr. Bernard J. Rothlein on May 27, 1959, when he and 7 colleagues, Edward N. Clark, Joseph J. Gruber, Milton Schneider, Robert L. Hopkins, Robert L. Koch, Richard R. Rao and Arthur V. Seifert, left their employment at the Semiconductor division of Sperry Rand Corporation. The founding of the new company was followed by Sperry Rand filing a lawsuit against National Semiconductor for patent infringement. 3. By 1965, as it was reaching the courts, the preliminaries of the lawsuit had caused the stock value of National to be depressed. The depressed stock values allowed Peter J. Sprague, IV, to invest heavily in the company with Sprague's family funds. Sprague also relied on further financial backing from a pair of West Coast investment firms and a New York underwriter to take control as chairman of National Semiconductor. At that time Sprague was 27 years old. Jeffrey S. Young characterized the era as the beginning of venture capitalism. 5. That same year National Semiconductor acquired Melectro. Melectro was founded in 1962 in Santa Clara, California, by Janel and D. Spittlehouse, who were formerly employed at Fairchild Camera and Instrument Corporation. The acquisition also brought to National Semiconductor two experts in linear semiconductor technologies, Robert Widler and Dave Talbot, who were also formerly employed at Fairchild. The acquisition of Melectro provided National with the technology to launch itself in fabrication and manufacture of monolithic integrated circuits. 6. 7. In 1967, Sprague hired 5 top executives away from Fairchild, among whom were Charles E. Spork and Pierre Lamond. At the time of Spork's hiring, Robert Noyce was de facto head of semiconductor operations at Fairchild and Spork was his operations manager. Spork was appointed president and CEO of National. To make the deal better for Spork's hiring and appointment at half his former salary at Fairchild, Spork was allotted a substantial share of National stock. In essence, Spork took 4 of his personnel from Fairchild with him as well as 3 others from TI, PerkinElmer, and Hewlett-Packard to form a new 8-man team at National Semiconductor. 5. Incidentally, Spork had been Widler's superior at Fairchild before Widler left Fairchild to join Melectro after a compensation dispute with Spork. 8. In 1968, National shifted its headquarters from Danbury, Connecticut, to Santa Clara, California. However, like many companies, National retained its registration as a Delaware corporation, for legal and financial expediency. Over the years National Semiconductor acquired several companies like Fairchild Semiconductor, 1987, and Cyrix, 1997. However, over time National Semiconductor spun off these acquisitions. Fairchild Semiconductor became a separate company again in 1997, and the Cyrix Microprocessors division was sold to Via Technologies of Taiwan in 1999. From 1997 to 2002, National enjoyed a large amount of publicity and awards with the development of the Cyrix Media Center, Cyrix WebPad, WebPad Metro and National Origami PDA concept devices created by National's Conceptual Products Group. Based largely on the success of the WebPad, National formed the Information Appliance Division, Highly Integrated Processors and Internet Gadgets, in 1998. The Information Appliance Division was sold to AMD in 2003. 9. Other businesses dealing in such products as digital wireless chipsets, image sensors, and PCI/O chipsets have also been recently closed down or sold off as National has reincarnated itself as a high-performance analog semiconductor company. The transformation of National Semiconductor. The National Semiconductor 8250 UART chip, one of the most prolific and most cloned UART chips due to its presence in the first IBM personal computer. Peter Sprague, Pierre Lamond and the affectionately called Charlie Spork worked hand in hand, with support of the board of directors to transform the company into a multinational and world-class semiconductor concern. Immediately after becoming CEO, Spork started a historic price war among semiconductor companies, which then trimmed the number of competitors in the field. Among the casualties to exit the semiconductor business were General Electric and Westinghouse. 10. cost control, overhead reduction and a focus on profits implemented by SPORC was the key element to National surviving the price war and subsequently in 1981 becoming the first semiconductor company to reach the $1 billion annual sales mark. However, the foundation that made National successful was its expertise in analog electronics, TTL, transistor logic, and MOSFET, metal oxide semiconductor field effect transistor, integrated circuit technologies. As they had while employed in Fairchild, SPORC and Lamont directed National Semiconductor towards the growing industrial and commercial markets and began to rely less on military and aerospace contracts. Those decisions coupled with inflationary growth in use of computers provided a market for the expansion of National. Meanwhile, sources of funds associated with SPORC coupled with creative structuring of cash flow buffering due to SPORC and Lamont provided the financing required for that expansion. Lamont and SPORC had also managed to attract and extract substantial funds to finance their expansion. 11. Among SPORC's cost control efforts was his offshore outsourcing of labor. National Semiconductor was among the pioneers in the semiconductor industry to invest in facilities to perform final manufacturing operations of integrated circuits in developing countries, especially in Southeast Asia. National Semiconductor's manufacturing improvements under SPORC, in collaboration with Lamont, was enabled not by emphasizing process innovation but by improving and standardizing processes already established by other companies like Fairchild and Texas Instruments, as well as by frequent raiding to hire from Fairchild's pool of talents. Weaknesses of SPORC's leadership. National Semiconductor under SPORC was not particularly invested in marketing strategies, even though it had the vision to launch itself into new and apparent opportunities in the consumer market. SPORC hard applied strategies that made National Semiconductor function as a low-cost mass manufacturer of semiconductor commodities. 12. A few key executives and engineers left the company in 1981. Among them was Pierre Lamont, who had been the chief IC designer, now partner at Sequoia Capital. 13. Robert Swanson's departure in the same year to found Linear Technology was another indication of the appropriateness of organizational strategies of National Semiconductor under SPORC. For 13 of 14 years at National, I was a gung-ho guy. Then, the company started to get big. I kept looking at all the companies whose butts we'd been kicking. And then National started organizing itself like them. It was frustrating. Swanson said in the 13th of May, 1991, Business Journal San Jose. SPORC's strategy of outsourcing sales to external sources meant National Semiconductor did not have sufficient or responsive resources to respond to requests from innovators, inventors and academic research which would have been helpful in the technological innovation boom of the 1980s. National Semiconductor's lack and loss of innovation meant it was producing products that were easily copied and reproducible. It may have been the cheapest manufacturer in the United States, but it was not the cheapest compared to the Asian manufacturers. This weakness in National Semiconductor was evident in its failure to compete during the globalization of Japanese semiconductor companies in the 1980s, followed by globalization of Taiwanese and South Korean companies. Leadership under Gilbert F. Amelio. On the 27th of May, 1991, Charles E. SPORC was replaced by Gil Amelio as CEO and President. Amelio was then president of Rockwell International's Semiconductor Division and had a PhD in physics from Georgia Institute of Technology. Amelio had also been formerly employed at Fairchild. Amelio was faced with a company plagued with overcapacity and shrinking market share. Amelio found that, just prior to his taking helm, Despite having spent $1 billion over the last 5 years on research and development, National Semiconductor had a disappointing record in new products. The business section of the New York Times the